right, so I figured I'd do the last couple of videos here at school, and today we're going to be looking at adding polynomials. A little bit awkward. It's a little bit awkward just because of the fact that I was going to try to use the board, and the gray board, as you guys know, isn't exactly all that great of a whiteboard. So I got the big whiteboards that we have. I'm going to use those to show them. So adding polynomials, the key thing to remember is that there's something called standard form, okay? So your answer should be called and should be put into standard form. You'll hear me say this a lot throughout the video and through the problems that we do. Now, when we're adding polynomials, poly means many and nomial means terms. Remember, terms in algebra are separated by addition, okay? So, or subtraction, but adding negatives is subtraction. And so what we want to do when we're adding polynomials is to combine like terms. And remember, like terms must have the same variable and must have the same power. Now, standard form, when we write something in standard form, the highest power comes first, okay? And same with the earlier in the alphabet variable. We're not going to be doing too much of a different variables, but you'll see why that is. So the key thing is to always have the sooner in the alphabet first. Then if they're mixed together, that comes next, and then the powers, however high they are. And you'll see why here in just a second. So let's just do an easy one here. We have 3x plus 5, that quantity, plus 2x plus 1, that quantity. So we have these two quantities that we're going to add together. And so we're going to add these two together. And since they are like terms, we have 3x and 2x are like terms. So that's 5x's. And then we have 5 plus 1 is 6. Now, this is standard form. So our variable comes first, then our constant. And so that comes first there like that. And so we would just leave it the way it is. Now, if it's 6 plus 5x, it's not wrong, but if it's a multiple choice question, you definitely make sure it's in standard form. It's what we call standard form in a specific order. Now, the reason why that's important, you may not like, oh, who cares? We have the answer, right? Well, it's going to make it a lot easier when you get to algebra and to algebra 2. So when you're dealing with quadratics and so forth and different types of functions, you'll be able to solve those problems correctly. It'll make it easier for you to do that. So let's look at another one. We have 2x. Let's do this in a different color. Let's do it in black. We did that in blue. So we have 2x squared, the quantity 2x squared. It's a little bit easier to see with the black, plus x minus 7 in that quantity, plus x squared plus 3x plus 5. And so what we're going to do, we're just going to go through and we're going to find like terms. So this is an x squared, and that's an x squared, and we're just adding together. So we're just combine like terms. So 2x squared plus 1x squared is 3x squared. We have 1x here plus 3x is here. That gives me 4x. Then I have a negative 7, a constant of negative 7, and a constant of positive 5. So negative 7 plus 5 is minus 2. Or plus negative 2. You can add plus negative 2 there if you'd like to do it that way. So that is in standard form. We have our x squared, the highest power, then our x, then our minus negative 2. Now, just so you know, the constant always comes last. So if you're ever stuck in that situation, not sure where is record number always goes last no matter what. All right, so let's do another example. We have 9c squared plus 4c plus the quantity of negative 6c plus 8. And so 9c squared has no like terms over here. And I'm sorry, you can't see that. Push this down just a little bit. Make sure you get plus 8. There you go. There's no like terms over here. So this is negative 6c. So there's no like terms. So this just comes here and it stays there. There's nothing to come with it. There's no like terms for it whatsoever. We're just going to leave it the way it is. And then we have 4c and minus 6c. So that is negative 2c. And then 8 doesn't have anything with it, so it's just plus 8. Okay, so that's all that is. Then let's do one with a little bit different. So it's a little bit different. So we have x squared. We're going to have two variables in this one. We have x squared plus xy plus 2y squared. That quantity plus 6x squared minus y squared. And so we have x squared and we have 6x squared. So 1x squared plus 6x squared is 7x squared. Now this xy has nothing over here, so it's just positive xy. So we put positive xy, I forgot to square down that one. Then 2y squared minus 1y squared. And so that gives us 1y squared. Now you can put the number 1 there, or you can just put y squared like that. And so this is standard form here. So we have x is before in the alphabet before the rest of them. We have xy here in the middle. And then we have plus y squared. And even though this is a higher power than this, because we have the xy, because a little bit early in the alphabet, we want to have it like that. And there's a reason for that. Once again, there's reasons for this as you get into algebra, as you get into algebra 2. There's a reason why we want to keep those in standard form like that. So we'll have you do a couple of problems like this on your own, and you'll have quizzes on this tomorrow. So once again, don't be surprised you have quizzes. All right. Do a few problems, and then we will get into, on Wednesday, we'll get into subtraction. I'm going to keep things in standard form, as always. Keep that in standard form. All right, so let's see here. Let's do x plus 3, that quantity, plus the quantity 2x plus 5. So try that one. Let's do another one. So number 2 here will be 13x minus 7y plus 3y. 3x plus 5y. So we can do that one. We'll do 2 more. So this is number 1, number 2, number 3. Let's go 2x squared plus 5x. And then we have plus the quantity 9 minus 7x. Okay, so plus positive 9 minus 7x. And then number 4, we will have 3x squared minus 2x plus 1. And then plus x squared plus 5x minus 3. Okay, so try those ones, and yeah, so add this polynomials up. And this will also help out in geometry in high schools too, when you're adding expressions inside triangles or quadrilaterals and finding out what x equals. What's some of the stuff we've done this year. So answer each one of those, and I'll make these multiple choice, and you'll pick which one you think it is. But try to make sure you combine like terms and solve those appropriately. Okay. I hope everybody's staying safe. Everything's going well for you. Reach out if you need help with anything. I'm more than happy to help you out with that. So talk to you guys later. And our next one will be subtracting polynomials.